We're here at the Grand Cypress Golf Club in Orlando, Florida, and I am delighted to be joined by three-time major champion Padraig Harrington, six-time Ryder Cup player. You're a terrific driver of the golf ball, and I know in this driver special you want to debunk some swing myths. So let's get right to it.
Yeah, look, this is what I see when I play every week in the Pro-Am, my amateurs, what I see going wrong. One, don't try and stay still. This is the worst thing you could try and do. Somebody who tries to stay still in the golf swing will actually probably go forwards as they go back, and when they try and hit it, they'll be going backwards. Don't try and keep your head down. If your head goes down, it's going to get in the way. Terrible idea. Let your head float in the golf swing. You wouldn't try and keep your head still if you were swinging a baseball bat. You wouldn't keep your head still if you were throwing a punch. Why would you keep your head still playing golf? Okay, next thing is, professional golfers actually swing the club back 3 times faster than amateurs. So the rhythm of the backswing really helps the club set. You don't go real slow. This isn't going to help you. So a nice rhythm in the backswing, allow your head float, don't try and stay still, don't keep your head down. And lastly, don't lift in the backswing. People always want to make a bigger backswing. They think that's going to equate to more power. That's okay if you're supple. But if you get to a point in your backswing where you've got a tight coil, don't lift past that. The minute you lift your arms and your body stretches like this, you're going to lose all your power and your accuracy. So you've got to stay within yourself. And what you will see, especially with pros, when they're taking practice swings in a static environment without the ball, they only ever swing about that long. They don't make a big swing in the backswing because we don't want any of this lifting. Okay, so nice and tight in the backswing, good bit of rhythm. And I would recommend to people at home in their garage during the winter. You know, years ago, if you were watching Hogan, they had lovely waggling going on, their feet were dancing, they were moving, and they hit that backswing with speed, and that got the club lovely to hinge up here on plane. They got a lovely wrist cock because of the speed of the backswing. So get that nice rhythm going, allow yourself to move. Essentially, as you turn, your turn shifts your weight, and as you can see, it shifts my head a little bit to this side. I don't need to move my hips over here, I just need to turn my body. And once my body turns, you can see that is actually going to turn into a full golf swing when the golf ball is there. See how it gets to parallel?
When you're doing that, Padraig, I mean, certainly I love the idea of the movement, no question. Are you still mindful of keeping the eyes somewhat on the back of the ball, though?
Absolutely. Like all sports, it's a good idea to look at the golf ball, but it doesn't mean you need to keep your head still. I can still see the golf ball as I move my head. It floats, but it's the same as I said, if you were hitting a tennis ball, you wouldn't try and keep your head still. If you were hitting a hockey puck, you'd still see the ball, but you wouldn't keep your head still. We don't want that fixture there. It will actually hurt your neck, it will hurt your back if you try and keep it still. Some people who suffer from a bad back playing golf, it's because they try and stay still and they tilt forward and get jammed up here in the downswing. We always want to have that big follow through. But, you know, if you're getting a bit older, that's going to put a lot of strain on you. So do as Gary Player does. And Gary Player, without a doubt in this world, pound for pound, if you take into account his age, is the best ball striker that's ever been in the game. Gary Player's favourite drill, when he's on the range, if he hits it and he steps over that left leg, that's to take the pressure off his follow through. We want that big follow through. So I'm going to copy Gary Player here. Okay, you'll see a nice bit of movement in the backswing. And I step after it. That takes the pressure off my back.
Sure, let's see that one more time, I love that. And then I have got one question. I know that someone who influenced you greatly with your game was the late, great Bob Torrance. And you told me earlier that he talked about squashing the bug on the downswing. Perhaps not something you think of now, but you certainly did, didn't you?
Oh, no doubt about it. We're looking old school here. And in fairness, there's kind of 3 things that happen in the golf swing and the downswing. So we've made that nice brisk backswing. We cocked our wrists, we're up there. We want to get into our left side. So as you say, you're squashing. Are we allowed to say that these days? We're squeezing a ball under our left foot. We're not killing any little ball.
Okay.
So we're squeezing a ball. We're pressing down our left heel into our left side. That's your start of the downswing. Sitting in there, pressing down. And this is why I said Nicklaus was so good. He had that high foot and he jammed it back down into the ground. From there, your body, your hips and your body rotate. But this is one of the modern differences in golf that I think has changed maybe from Hogan's time. So as everything is turning, we don't want rotation in our arms. We actually want our arms going as hard as they can down. So our shoulders and our arms go down while our body's rotating. So the speed comes, and this is why you see the likes of Bubba Watson, the likes of DJ Johnson, why they're so long, is they're up here. And that means their arms come down very quickly. They've got JB Holmes, he gets his arms up and they come flying down. That's not rotation. Yes, the body's rotating, but the arms are down as hard as you can. I think years ago, rotation, too much rotation wouldn't be a good thing. We've got to keep the arm speed up. Okay.
That was absolutely wonderful. Another smasher down the fairway, loved it. When we come back, we're going to talk about Happy Gilmore. We're going to talk about a drill that Padraig Harrington is famous for. We're going to talk about why he does it and how it can help you. We're back with Padraig Harrington, a winner of 30 tournaments around the world, and I think you have a need for speed. Talk speed.
This modern game, it's hugely about speed. You know, somebody who hits the golf ball a long way really does have an advantage. Now, you don't have to use it. I think that's one of the big keys you see in golf. You don't have to hit driver everywhere, but if you have speed, you can choose when to use it, choose when to lay up. Iron shots are going to be coming in higher with more spin. It's just an easier game. So personally, I recommend every golfer should be working on their speed once a week. Now, what does that mean for people? You know, for me, that might mean just 20 balls in the range once a week, hit as hard as you can with no reference to where a golf ball is going. You're just purely thinking, how fast can I swing this golf club? And usually that means trying to speed your arms and hands and club head up. Your body is normally already going fast enough. So I'm going to hit one as hard as I can right now. And I mean, I'm slashing. And watch.
Slashing.
For me, did it as hard as I can. Look, I dance. I go back to the old school. And it's as hard as I can. Now, that actually hasn't gone further than my normal drive because I've created so much spin on it. But as long as I keep my speed up 100% for maybe 20 drives once a week, well, my 90% speed is going to be very comfortable on the golf course.
If I can just ask one thing there, and I thoroughly agree with that. Is that something you'd recommend people do just before they go out and play? Would that be more after they've played or on a day they don't play?
If you're playing a lot, no, don't do it before you go out. I will always warm up with my personal one for gaining speed. This gains me 2 or 3 miles an hour. I swing it about 6 to 8 miles an hour quicker, but afterwards I'll probably be 2 miles an hour quicker on my normal swing. I do a Happy Gilmore. You'll see me do 6 of these every day on the range. If only I could play golf like that. I'm very tempted. Very, very tempted. I've got I can get over 190 ball speed with that, but I can definitely get to high sort of 180. And that, if I can get 180 on the golf course, there's no need for any more. That's where actually on tour, 180 is where it sort of starts to plateau out, that it's no more need. There's no more use for more than 180 ball speed.
Let's just see that one more time. Now, obviously you're incredibly talented. You grew up in Ireland playing hurling. This is not difficult for you. Is it something you would recommend all golfers to do? Or
I
just
really
better
recommend
players?
it for kids.
For kids,
It's a great drill because you can't overswing in the backswing. You watch this as I'm running up here. So as I'm running up, I can only go this far because I'm going forward. It's the same as if you were playing hockey. It'd be very hard to hit a puck in hockey. You would never think of doing this. You'd have no time to get to it. So your nice, short, tight backswing.
How many steps would you go back?
I can do as many as I like. I do a 2-swing step on the range because literally there's a guy hitting here and a guy here. So I'm a bit worried about running. But I could actually do a full run up. It wouldn't bother me. This one I'm going to do 2 steps. You will see as I come in, I get a great plant, what I talked about earlier with Jack Nicklaus. A great plant here, and then everything powers up through the legs and clears. So here we go. Okay, it's like a place kick. 1.
I'm going to try that one myself. Now, you have one last thing you like to do. I think you referenced Tom House, who's a great teacher of producing speed in many sports who has helped you.
Yeah, you know, I've done some work with Tom House and, you know, through TPI out there in California. And obviously we do throwing, but also we recommend swinging a light club and a heavy club as well as a normal club. So for a lot of kids, and I would say for anybody beginning the game, And hell, let's get everybody doing it. They should get a shaft every so often and swing it. And the golf swing should feel pretty much as close as possible to that whipping.
There's a tremendous swish there right between your feet, so you're not late, you're not early, it's just at the right time.
Yes, because you can hear it. So that swish is going to be right here, just around this area here. And what you'll find, if you give this to a kid, he will make the most magnificent on-playing golf swing with a stick. He'll find it hard to do with a club because of the weight of it, and maybe he's afraid of not hitting the golf ball. But with a stick, he'll just set it there. He won't give it this big long backswing. He'll just set it there and whip through it.
Do you know, I think I'm swinging faster already. I can feel it.
Yeah.
When we come back, I fancy tying you up. What do you think about that? Yeah, I'm going to tie up a 3-time major champion.
I don't think it's quite in my imagination, that one.
What do I mean? You'll see.
Always the first one, a little team.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Are we going to do it? Let's do it. Somebody else has to tee him up. I'm going to give you a simple tip how to encourage a fade and a draw when you're out playing on the golf course. Essentially here I've got 2 balls teed up on the practice tee. One is over on the right hand side, so if I walk in here, put my club down nice and square, when I look up, the fairway is going to be a little bit to the left of me. So watch what happens. I'll start shuffling over to the left to aim at the middle of the fairway, and as you can see, the ball position went slightly forward. As the ball goes forward, that's going to encourage a fade. I'm going to swing more out and across it. So now if I move over to the left-hand side of the tee box, as you would, you set up nice and square, but when you look up, the fairway's to your right, so I'm likely to move this way, which brings the ball a little bit back, which is going to encourage me swinging inside, which will encourage a draw. And a nice draw it is. Again, if you want to hit a fade, go to the right-hand side of the range. That will encourage a cut swing. If you want to hit a draw, go to the left-hand side of the range. That will encourage a draw swing.
That was a super golf swing, and actually it wasn't that I tied you up. You did this to yourself. What have you done, and why have you done this?
When I was growing up, we always had the Nick Faldo towel drill, which was great if you were hitting wedge shots. You could, or probably even less than wedge shots, you know, maybe 80 yards. And essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to connect your arms to your body. So, like we talked earlier, the one thing we don't want in the golf swing is at any stage that you start lifting your arms and your body away, trying to make a bigger swing. This keeps everything tied in together. Keeps your arms connected, and it keeps your arms connected to your body. So essentially what most amateurs will feel if they try this is how short the arm swing is, and that actually most of the golf swing is shoulder turn and wrist break. So I can get up there like so, but it's not a lift away from my body.
And the elbows are staying fairly close together.
The elbows stay the same distance from each other, so it keeps a tight arm swing while you still got it. You end up making a bigger shoulder turn, and of course you'll still use your wrists. Okay.
Now, this is something you told me that perhaps you will have on the road with you, and perhaps you'd even use in a hotel room at night. Is that right?
I use it quite a bit in the hotel room, just to give me connection. Again, just want to swing nice, 3/4 length half swings, stay nice and connected, elbows stay together, trying to get away from any temptation to make this lifting motion in the backswing. And as you can see, if I do lift, I start to separate my elbows. I love a swing drill, something that gets me doing what I want technically without me thinking about it. So as I'm swinging here, I've got no conscious thought. I'm looking at my target, I put the club down, look at my target, I swing, purely thinking about my target, not about my golf swing. You've got to shut it down, trust what you've got, and purely use your instinctive side, your subconscious side. Look at the target and trust it's going to go there.
I heartily agree. Now, this is your full swing driver special, but I'm not going to let you get out of here without talking about 2 of the best wood shots you've ever hit. A 3-wood at the 15th at Royal Birkdale, a 5-wood at the 17th at Royal Birkdale on the way to Open Championship victory. But that'll be when we come right back. Back with Padraig Harrington. It's his driver special. We're talking now about the height to tee the driver and what that does to distance. So tell us a little bit about that, please.
People often talk about, is there a different golf swing for the driver? Is there a different golf swing for fairway woods and irons? And a lot of it is much more instinctive than what people think. So where the ball position will fully determines a lot with an iron. The lie of the iron determines a lot. And also when it comes to a driver, the height of the tee determines a lot. If you tee the ball up high, and I've got that up about as high as I'll ever tee it up, the higher you tee it, the more likely you're going to hit it on the upswing. So as I tee that ball up, the ball is going to go further forward, like so, and I'm likely to catch that in the upswing, which should give it a bit of topspin. Actually will add a bit of speed to my golf swing as well. So if I want to carry something, I want to hit it really long, I'm going to tee it up, push that ball forward.
Hang on, because as luck would have it, I have my Bushnell Tour X. I'm going to measure this. So I don't know how far you're going to your drive.
There's no faking it. Well, you know, a good hit for me is going to pitch somewhere in the 290s.
Okay.
And hopefully, if I really have caught it well, it will start to run out from there. Okay.
So it's teed up.
Teed up. You can see it's well forward. I have the club back behind it. That's perfect for me now. It's a high draw. I caught a tiny bit in the toe, which is even better for me.
Well, that actually makes it hot.
It's going to run out more.
Let me get a number on that.
Just on that mound.
Are you going to like that one? 301. Now that's what you'd do if you wanted to hit it as far as possible. Perhaps not too much trouble either side of the fairway, but if tall pines, perhaps, you know, Sahali, yeah. PJ Championship.
If we get in a tight golf course, it depends. If it was tall pines and just pine straw, we still would go with high shots. But say if you've got a tree-line golf course and outside the tree line you've got trouble, maybe out of bounds or something, we always go with low shots. And the reason being, if I hit a low shot and it's going astray, it's going to hit the first tree at the edge of the fairway and come down. That's very playable. I never want to carry the edge of the tree line and end up getting further in and maybe, as I said, finding the out of bounds. So again, once I tee the ball down, there's no way I'm going to push the ball forward if I have it teed down. I'm actually going to do the opposite. The ball is going to come well back inside my stance.
So you'd probably hit down on this just because of the setup?
Yeah. It wouldn't feel comfortable. Wow, if I pushed it up there off my left toe, I'd be feeling like I'm going to miss it. So I bring it back well inside my stance. And you can see a nice low shot.
Yeah, that's
again, it's going to run out nicely.
Absolute bullet. So that's 19 yards shorter, but that's worth giving up those 19 yards to keep it in the short stuff.
What we see on tour a lot as well, the longer hitters, the guys with more speed tend to tee the ball down a bit because they're afraid of it. But you watch any of the slow swingers, they tee it as high as they can to get the most out of it. So that's why on tour you'll see some guy with not a lot of clubhead speed can be every bit as long as some of the bigger hitters because they're always a little bit afraid of the wides.
Now, it's been a driver show, but I'm not letting you get out of here without talking about what many would say is the greatest shot you ever hit in your life, which was your 5-wood to the 17th at Royal Birkdale.
Oh, this is a tough shot. He's taking a chance here.
He's got it up in the air, and it's just barely carrying it. What a shot.
And up on the carpentier as well. An amazing shot by Harrington.
My 5-wood now is being replaced by like a 2 hybrid. This sort of club is going about 240 in the air on a warm day. But again, it's very much related to the shot. You know, so people often say, well, where do you put the ball position? Well, it's where it's pretty comfortable. For me, it's going to be halfway between my heel and the middle of my stance. I'm not going to get this ball up here because, look, as I said, I'm levelling out here. I'm not too much on the upswing to hit it from there. Unless I was hitting a specialised shot, I'm more likely to have it there for a neutral shot. And even if I want to hit a low shot, I might put it back into the middle of my stance. But I work around the ball. So a normal ball position. There we go. Pretty much perfect down the middle.